I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of IWC. Today, I'll be your guide to the IWC Pilot's Watch Timezoner Chronograph, reference 3950-01. This is an automatic winding timepiece, thus the energy of your wrist's kinetic motion will turn the case back winding mass and wind the timepiece. However, should you wish to manually wind it, for instance, when it should stop, simply screw the crown counterclockwise till you feel it pop out of its threaded sleeve, and then turn in a clockwise direction 20 to 30 turns. You'll know that the watch is running, even with the chronograph deactivated, because the subseconds at 6 o'clock will always advance when the watch is ticking. Once the watch is ticking, you can set the time, set the date, and the timepiece will continue to wind itself. You can also use chronograph functions. The self-energizing watch, however, can be fully wound if you continue turning in a clockwise direction up to its maximum rated power reserve of 68 hours. This can be done manually. Listen for a click or tick from within the case. This is the sign that the bridle-style mainspring has slipped, relieving excess strain by design. It's your cue that the watch is fully wound. You cannot accidentally overwind this automatic winding timepiece. Pull the crown to extremity when the seconds hand reaches the index at 60, and now you can synchronize precisely against a known accurate reference time such as an atomic clock. It's recommended that you find an online atomic clock such as the U.S. Naval Observatories, and then set the watch to the same hour, and then the next nearest minute compared to the atomic clock. When the atomic clock catches up to the hour, minute, and second that you've set, push the crown back in, resume the beat of the balance and the advance of the hands. Now you've synchronized to a reference time. The Timezoner features a unique interaction of movement and ceramic time zone bezel. The world's 24 principal time zones are each represented by a reference city. Your current city is always positioned at the index at 12 o'clock. You can see, if you look closely, that the dimple index next to the cities that use daylight savings time features small inscribed S's for your reference. To use the crown, push it down gently. This unlocks the mechanism, and then turn it forward or backwards depending on which direction you're traveling relative to the international date line. Note that the local time and the date always correspond, so the movement can be turned without hazard through the date change in both directions. Ultimately, what you want to do is turn from your current city to the city of destination. No need to do the math. The system automatically computes the correct time at center. You have a 12-hour reference hand represented in white, broadsword style, and you have a 24-hour reference hand that gives you the AM-PM distinction. So if you have not yet arrived at your destination, you know whether it is night or day. Now, it's also important to note that the watch features a chronograph, which can be actuated in two different ways. Traditionally, it can be started, it can be stopped, and it can be reset. Or, when timing events that occur in rapid succession and don't allow for stopping, resetting, and restarting, simply push the trigger at 4 o'clock. It will reset and restart automatically. This is known as a flyback function. Ultimately, you want to make sure the crown is threaded all the way back into its sleeve and flush to the case before you resume usage of watch on wrist. Water, magnetism, and shock are the primary areas of hazard you have to keep in mind while using this timepiece. Now, the timepiece is water resistant to 6 bar or 60 meters static test depth. This ensures that the watch is sufficient for surface swimming. IWC warns against diving or deep submergence. But keep in mind that leather, as featured on the watch, is a natural porous material and is never water resistant. Immediately dry the strap should it become wet, and generally keep it remote from water. Place the watch on a water-resistant band prior to any submergence or water exposure. Moreover, you can help to avoid accidental drowning. Keep all chronograph and crown functions disused. Don't even thread the crown out when there is even water on the case, as this can bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the timepiece. Moreover, it's important to remember that unlike mechanical specification, water resistance is not a static feature of your watch. Over time, as lubricants age and seals degrade, the watch will be relatively less water resistant. IWC recommends having the watch tested annually for water resistance at an IWC authorized service center. Though less damaging, magnetism is ubiquitous and unseen. Though the watch does feature a soft inner cage, as it is a pilot-style timepiece, this paramagnetic shield gives it an extra degree of resistance to magnetism. Yet, you still need to take care around exceptionally powerful static magnets as found in the closures of refrigerators, purses, and wallets, speakers and subwoofers, as well as powerful electromagnetic fields as created by MRIs. If you suspect due to erratic running, fast or slow, that the hairspring within your watch has become magnetized, take it to an IWC authorized service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize your watch. It is important to recognize that shock and concussion can damage a fine mechanical timepiece. IWC recommends disuse of the watch during the riding of ATVs, mountain bikes, aggressive skiing, firearms marksmanship, batting, tennis, or golf. And ultimately, every 3 to 5 years, IWC recommends a comprehensive overhaul for your timepiece. This will involve replacement of a worn strap, restoration of factory case finish and cosmetics, restoration of factory-rated water resistance, as well as cleaning, oiling, and assembly of the movement for maximum chronometric performance. Perform exclusively at the factory in Schaffhausen or an IWC authorized service center, as these agencies solely are equipped with the trained personnel, specialized tools, and original factory replacement parts to maintain the value of your watch as instrument and as investment. Moreover, only these agencies are able to back all labor and parts invested with an IWC factory service warranty. Finally, call, text, or email our experts at govbergwatches.com, and they will be happy to walk through every phase of the ownership and the use, as well as the care, of this or any IWC fine timepiece.